Hi there. I'm going to talk today about mindset and how we can shift it to work with us and for us. So I want you to think about your mindset as being a tuning dial. So imagine your body being like a radio receiver, and your mindset and the thoughts you put in it being that tuning dial. So we can either tune into high vibe thoughts or low vibe thoughts. There's no thing as good or bad thoughts and feelings, but there are high vibe and low vibe. So think about the thoughts you think, create a picture in your head, and that picture in your head is what creates your emotional state, your energy, your vibration. So our emotions don't kind of just come out of the blue. They don't just land on us. We don't just wake up feeling low or peed off or angry or stressed or any of those things. Somewhere we've put that thought in which has created this picture, which has then made our body feel that way. So it all starts with our thoughts. So that's why I'm saying to you, imagine your mind being like that tuning dial, and so we can set it to high vibe thoughts and therefore feel good, feel happy, feel energized, feel joyful. Or we set it to low vibe and therefore we feel heavy, we feel fed up, we feel low, we feel stressed, angry, all those things. But there's no good or bad emotions. So when emotions come up, no matter what they are, the best thing we can do is listen to them, because that is our body's communication. That's our body's signal. Our body is trying to tell us something. And so if we think of thoughts that come up as a signal, as a communication, we can then stop, and instead of trying to push away the ones we don't like, trying to ignore that one or numb that one or distract myself from this one. And when we do any of those things, those emotions just get louder and louder and louder. And if we ignore them for long enough, that's when we get disease, dis-ease. We're not feeling good in our body. So the answer is to invite whatever thought comes up. And if it's a sad one, if it's an uncomfortable one, still invite it in, because you know what? The more we try and push it away, the more we try and numb it, the more we try to ignore it, the louder it's going to knock. It's not going to go away. But when we actually invite it in, say, okay, what are you trying to tell me? Then when we listen to our emotions, we can then choose to make the change so that we feel better. And so the answer is, when emotions come up, whatever they are, just get in the habit of noticing them. Say hello to them even. Invite them in and ask them, what are you telling me? And then ask yourself, okay, what have I been thinking? What thoughts have I been putting in my mind to make myself feel this way? And this is when we can start to shift our mindset, to train it to work with us and for us. Because whatever's going on in our body is because of the thoughts we're thinking. It's not because of what's going on out there. No matter what's going on out in the world, it's the thought that we've thought about what's going on in the world that has caused us pain. Are you with me on this one? So by asking ourselves, okay, what am I thinking right now? And then asking yourself, is that thought serving me? Is that thought helpful? And if the answer is no, try and turn that thought around and instead ask yourself a more empowering question. Because the problem is, when we're in this low vibe state of mind, we're often asking ourselves very disempowering questions. Things like, why me? Why does it happen to me? This isn't fair. All these kinds of things come up that our brain, it can't find a good solution to or a good answer. And therefore they just permeate or percolate in our head, going over and over and causing these low vibrations. So instead of asking these unhelpful questions, ask yourself a better question. So instead of why me? Why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what could I do differently? How could I change this? How can I make this better? Or what lesson can I learn from this so that it doesn't happen again? So when we start to ask ourselves empowering questions, we get empowering answers, and that is when we can change our situation and our life. But the very first step is to welcome in your emotions. Stop labeling any of them as bad. Notice when you're trying to push emotions away, squash them down, numb them, or distract yourself from them. And instead just stop for a minute, even just 30 seconds. Ask yourself, what is this feeling I'm feeling? And what thoughts have I been putting in my head that have made me feel this way? So I hope today has been of help to you. This, remember, mindset, setting our mind and retraining our brain, is a practice. It's not something that just happens like this. But awareness is the key to change. So once you know something, you can't unknow it. And now you know this. Just notice when those emotions come up. Invite them in and start asking yourself some more empowering questions. I hope today's video has been of help and interest to you. If it has, please let me know with a like, a comment, or share it with friends. My name's Nicole Garnier. I'm a transformational coach, hypnotherapist, and mindset mentor. And I'm sending you so much love and wishing you a good day or a good evening wherever you are in the world. Until next time, ciao for now.